Hello everybody, this is Stonewall, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. And this is sort of the kind of thing you would do near the beginning of the game or the release of the game. But I decided to do this now. So I kind of thought about it a little bit yesterday and figured this would be a decent time to do it because everybody's coming off after Christmas and New Year and all of that, and a lot of people are hitting their first couple prestiges. So I figured this would be a decent time to cover this topic. So the main thing is the permanent unlock tokens. Now, the way you get these, and as you can see I've still got one here, is by prestiging. I'm on prestige 7, so I've been able to use quite a few of these. And I thought I'd go over a couple of things as to how you should pick and what you should use them on. Now, I'm not going to tell you specifically you must use them on this weapon, this score streak, or whatever. I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of how I decide, or some things you can kind of go by. So number one, the question is, well, do I prestige at all? So the biggest drawbacks of prestiging are you reset your level completely, so everything goes back behind the level locks, right? So you've got to level up to be able to unlock a lot of the weapons, attachments, well, not attachments so much, but the perks, wild cards, all of that stuff. And that's a decent sized drawback. Now for me, the biggest drawback is this. They do this every single time. I don't know why. I wish it would stop. Because every time it's worse. So what you have is every single, well, I've already done most of the tags and the gestures, but normally all of the gestures have little green tags next to them. Every single outfit, every single war paint, all of that. And so you have to swipe over them with your little circle to make all of those tags go away. And it's really annoying because I don't like having that tag up there or down here at the bottom of my screen. But anyways, some people don't like to prestige, and so they'll stay at, rank 55 or just prestige once, because one of the things you unlock when you prestige is this whole section of challenges. There's some pretty decent calling cards in here, but there's also a lot of XP, which means the second and third prestiges can go a little bit faster than the first one with, the extra XP from a lot of these challenges. So just a little bit extra to think about there. And if you ever plan on trying to get this all the way to 100%, you're going to need to have this unlocked. So anyways, next up we have, what should I spend my token unlock on? So again, some of the other benefits, of course, you get a permanent unlock token, so you can unlock an item and always have it as long as you have create a class. And you also get an extra create a class slot. Now this goes up to prestige 6 as far as I'm aware. So you start off with 6 custom slots, and each time you prestige you get an extra one up to tier 6. So right now I'm sitting at 12 custom create a class slots, which is really nice whenever you have several challenges going on and you want to set up multiple classes to be able to run. Now currently I only have a few weapons that I don't have gold that are unlocked, so I'm only really using about 3 of these slots for that. But anyways, on to the permanent unlock tokens, and I'll show you what I've used all mine on. But I would definitely recommend something on the upper end. So number one is something you don't use much, or you don't get the opportunity to use very much, because it is unlocked at a very high level. So if you do like I do and you prestige as soon as you hit max rank, you don't get a whole lot of playtime with the swordfish, the gunship, and a lot of the things on this top end of the rank system. And as you can see, I've got 3 things I've spent permanent unlock tokens on this page. That's the combat knife, the SOG 9mm, and the Maddox RFB. And this is because of, working challenges and that sort of thing, and you won't get much time to play with them unless you spend a permanent unlock token on them, or you just don't prestige for a little while. Now for me, if I don't prestige, I feel like all of that XP that I'm earning is just going down the drain, which is kind of what it's doing, is being wasted when it could be spent leveling up again. So that kind of bugs me a little bit, and that's why I constantly prestige or instantly prestige as soon as I hit max rank most of the time. So another thing is, are you planning on playing just for fun, or are you going for challenges? So a couple of them I've spent specifically to work on challenges. So the last one I spent was on the VKM 750 because it was the last light machine gun that I didn't have gold. So I spent it on that and worked on it until I got it gold and got the diamond LMGs. On top of that, I've spent permanent unlock tokens here on secondary gunfighter 3 and primary gunfighter 3. So what this means is to be able to put all the attachments on a weapon to do the camo challenges where you get 5 attachments and an optic. I only have to level up to level 23 for the primary weapons and 26 for the secondary weapons. I don't have to go all the way to 32 and 35 respectively. So there's that side of it if you're working on challenges, and that's why it's a little bit tempting for me to use the gunship, because as I'm working through the score streak challenges, I've got most of the aerial score streaks done except the drone squad, thresher, and gunship. Now, most of the ones for the drone squad and the gunship, and a lot of them from the thresher as well, have been from care packages. So I'll run the care package and it will count towards the challenge as long as you have that streak unlocked. So there's been games where I've gotten more than just this 8. I've gotten 10 or more kills with a gunship, but it didn't count towards the challenge because I wasn't at a high enough level. So I don't know if I'll spend it on that or not, but that's just another thought there. Alright, so another idea is something that you really like to play with. So if you're not really focused on grinding out camos and constantly switching which weapons you're using, then I would say pick a weapon you really like and use it on there. If you like quick scoping or sniping with the Koshka, then use it on that. Or the Maddox is one of the it's a pretty good assault rifle. Same with the SOG 9mm. Those are pretty fun running akimbo with the operator mod on it. That's pretty fun to play with. And the knife, it's just a little bit trolly to some degree, and it's kind of fun to run. So if it's just something you enjoy using, then I'd say, yeah, go ahead and use a permanent unlock token, especially if it's in the last half of the levels. Now, the halfway mark is not at 27 and 28, which would be the middle for numbers, right? But for XP earned, because it takes more XP for each subsequent level as you level up, the halfway mark is more like at 40 here. So I would say anything above this that you really want to play with a lot or you enjoy playing with, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and use a permanent unlock token on that. Another one is something you can't play without. So a crutch perk or equipment or that sort of thing. So this is a really low level. That's why I haven't spent one on this. But I put dead silence on almost every single class, especially lately since I've been working on the SMGs quite a lot. So I'm trying to be very mobile, very aggressive, moving around the map. So dead silence makes a difference because you're spending a lot of time sprinting from choke point to choke point or moving through like the ship on that last video I made, trying to cover a lot of ground. Dead silence can help a lot. Also, if people are running acoustic sensor, you've got to get much closer to them before it goes off, so that might save your rear end on a number of occasions, and so I really like having that on a class. Other people, there might be tac mask. I know some people's crutch perk is gung-ho because of the sprint out time and that sort of thing. So that's sort of the thoughts behind how I pick my my permanent unlocks and what I spend that on. So if you prestige, I would say either find a gun you're curious about that you didn't get much chance to use, like the Swordfish, SOG, Maddox, or pick one that's you just really enjoy running. Let's say you got a really good feel for, the cordite, the vapor, then I wouldn't feel bad spending a permanent unlock token on that. Or, if you want to have a lot of fun with the combat axe, the knife, that sort of thing, or you'd like getting high streaks like the gunship and the drone squad. So just sort of some thoughts on that, and whether you should prestige or not, that's really up to you. I would recommend at least prestiging once to unlock the prestige challenges, but after that it's really up to you. But my personal preference, I prestige pretty much as soon as I hit the max rank. So anyways, I'm going to sign off and get rid of all these new tags so they don't drive me crazy later. Anyways, if there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about or see me do, challenge in-game or that sort of thing, just let me know in the comments, and I will catch you in another video.